Episode 75 hourly podcast. I'm on After the Duel Eds alongside my co-host, my brethren, my brother Ethan, aka High Top Eve, aka Bucket at Eve. Eve, how you doing, my boy?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you? How are you?
Decent, brother. Decent, brother. We was basically just chit-chatting about the North London derby. So we're recording this Sunday. It is currently 11:37. So we're not going to talk about the result of the NLD, obviously, but we're talking about it being a 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock kickoff, which is low-key disrespectful, but we understand why, probably because of violence and people drinking and stuff. I've heard so many people talk about when you're walking down that Seven Sisters Road that you're putting your life in the hat. Like, it's so mad because I think I've told the story before about, like, when Spurs played the season at Wembley. I had
Yeah.
two of my friends went to go watch the game, so I've linked them after. But I was somewhere local and I had my Arsenal shirt on, and I got caught up in a pack of like Spurs fans. And the policeman noticed my t-shirt underneath my hoodie. He said, "Yo, if these lot get you, there's nothing I can do, bro."
Mm.
And it's just so crazy to think because I had a cousin of mine like who's recently started getting into football or soccer, as they say, and he was like, "Yo, how come fans don't sit with one another? Like, 'cause NBA, NFL games, like everyone integrated." I said, "Oh no, 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 no. That just can't happen." Is that a sense of like in this country, do we take it too serious? Is a lack of immaturity? Like, are we in a time now where do you think fans should be able to sit amongst one another, or do you think that will never be the case?
Yeah, never be the case in England anyway. I know in Spain and some parts of France and Italy they do have some
Obviously, not
well
for derby games, isn't it? But yeah,
not for derby games, but in say like if say if Girona played Las Palmas, there will be like a mix in the crowd. So
yeah,
I think that yeah, it will never happen in England. I don't know whether we're just like you said, immature fans, or we're very passionate. And if say a goal went against our team, we probably react in a certain way if someone was to jump up and
yeah,
scream in our face. So
yeah, yeah. Because even in Italy, obviously Bergamo, not Bergamo, sorry, at Atlanta and AC Milan, when I went to go watch them play, um, obviously it's neighboring cities, they're literally an hour away, so it is somewhat of a derby. Obviously, it's not the derby,
yeah,
AC Inter, but yeah, their fans were in a whole section on the top, like really by the gods, and there was like a small section of them, like they didn't have as much as away fans as I've seen in like other like derby
mm,
games or whatever. But yeah, they even there I was like, oh wow, yeah. But that one, yo, there some vile words were getting spoken
yeah.
against one another. But
Have you ever witnessed like have you gone to like a football game and there's been like away fans in the home end? Have you ever witnessed that?
um
I've witnessed it a couple
no,
times.
no, I haven't witnessed it. No, no.
Yeah, I've
And
witnessed it a
I,
couple times, and
I
it's quite bad to be
yeah, it is
fair.
bad. It is bad. Yeah. I mean, I saw it once at the Emirates, yeah. But
Mm.
we were playing Burnley, I think.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like no one's really gonna give it to a Burnley fan,
Mm.
vice versa. Like it's a whole nother ball game, isn't it? Really and truly, like, do you know what I mean? I think games like that, where it's like maybe 4 or 5 buddies, and they're in and amongst the Arsenal fans. If anything, it's banter between the back and forth of the friends, and you know what I mean. In
Yeah.
terms of like the Arsenal fans, that, oh, you lot are shy, you lot are where. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Whereas like if it was a more intense, like a United group couldn't sit in the Arsenal, vice versa. I don't think Arsenal
Yeah.
could sit in the United, or even Chelsea low key. Even though
Mm.
like Arsenal, Chelsea low key, I don't think. Do you think they'd be able to sit? I don't think so.
No. No, I've witnessed it myself. Even a Carabao Cup game where Bristol Rovers was playing Chelsea. Bristol Rovers fans were in the Chelsea end,
How
and
did it go?
they scored like a consolation goal. It might have been 4-1 or whatever.
Yeah.
And Chelsea fans wanted these guys out straight away.
Oh,
They were like,
so
"Yeah, why are they sitting here? Why are they sitting here? All of this stuff." So, yeah, no, it's one of those. I think it would never happen in English football where fans will sit together.
see, I don't know if it will happen in our lifetime. I'll say
Mm.
because like you're seeing it now, especially at the Emirates now. People like always like to call the Emirates a library because the atmosphere and stuff. But they do call that though, innit?
Mm.
And I've obviously they're trying to make it a more family friendly environment and stuff, which they should do, because everyone should be going to games and everyone should be enjoying games.
Yeah.
And I remember I went to well, yeah, I can't remember what game it was, but it was an Arsenal game. I can't remember who we were playing. It might have even been Newcastle or something. And I was like, everyone's chanting, everyone's like, "Oh, you ain't got Tottenham," like that whole chant.
Mm,
And then obviously the swear words comes, but then you look like a couple rows down. There's like a dad and his daughter, and it's like, I can't really.
yeah,
So I don't know. It's an interesting one to see, but in our lifetime, definitely, I don't think it would be
no,
a case where fans can integrate. But let's talk about the Saturday games. Let's start off with your boys. Uh, Bournemouth 0, Chelsea 1. Nkunku scored. What minute was it again? 86th minute.
yeah,
Sancho passed it to him. I don't know if it's classed as a Sancho assist, was it though? Or
yeah. I
was it?
think it was classed
Oh,
as a
class the
assist.
Sancho
Yeah,
assist. Yeah, okay,
yeah,
cool. Class the
yeah,
Sancho assist, and then Cuckoo slotted it in. Came off the bench. The fact that he can bring on someone like Nkuku off the bench shows the depth of attacking talent. Because
yeah.
you've spoken about it before. Defensively, you're still a bit uneasy. But your thoughts on the game and yeah, just thoughts on the game, bro.
Yeah, obviously wasn't impressed with the sort of performance in itself, but there was some sort of positives to it.
Mm,
Sancho came on, looked lively, looked like he wanted to be there.
yeah,
Every touch of the ball, he was just electric. As you see with the goal, I know it was a simple pass, but he was lively throughout the game.
yeah.
Yeah, Felix came on, changed the game. Also tried to sort of link up
Legs,
with.
innit?
Yeah,
Legs.
it's just legs and linking. The
Legs.
link up play as well was nice to see with him and Sancho. One thing, like you said, the defense is a problem. The defense is a real problem. The Sarsi, Fofana, both of them look leggy. Make too many mistakes, and I don't think you can make those sort of mistakes if you want to be a top four team as well. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy that we won because Bournemouth's a kind of difficult game for us. I know that sounds crazy, but in the last few seasons we've struggled at Bournemouth. So yeah, it was nice to get that win and get another 3 points. But yeah, there's some sort of there needs to be some sort of team cohesion at the moment. There's a bit. It seems a bit iffy. I know loads of players are coming in, loads of players are going out. So it's difficult for Maresca to sort of implement his game style and try and get each top 11 out there on paper, but we'll see this season. I'm a bit skeptical again. I don't know where we'll finish, but we'll see.
What do you think of Fofana coming out earlier in the week talking about yeah, I spoke with the owner of Marseille. Was he at Marseille before?
He was at San Etienne.
Yeah, he was at Saint Etienne as well. Him, Saliba, and all them lots. I remember. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so what do you think about? Because he's from Marseille. I think he's
Mm,
from the city Marseille. Yeah. So what do you think about him coming out early in the week saying that Marseille they hold a special place in my heart? Had discussions, possibility of going there, so forth and so forth. But I'm gonna remain at Chelsea. Me personally, I'm not a fan of that stuff. I
no,
understand why people do it. Because it's similar. Obviously, it's not as bad as the Lukaku thing, but why are you talking about flirting with another team while you're under
you're at it.
contract,
Yeah.
paid handsomely, paid very handsomely by a football club? Is it? I don't want to say disrespectful because it's gonna seem somewhat over dramatic, but what's your thoughts on that? Me, I'm not a fan of it still.
Yeah, I'd say that I'm not a fan of it because we haven't seen the best of him yet. We've waited sort of 2 seasons. We paid a
Big
big
fee,
chunk of, but yeah, big fee for him, and the
70,
fact, yeah, it was 70 million,
70,
70,
70.
70 million. So yeah, we haven't really seen that return yet. And then yesterday he does the stupid mistake that led to a penalty for
Yeah.
Bournemouth. So no, it's not going in his favour at this moment in time. But I know he can win the fans back if he gives solid performances. So we'll see. He's got it in him.
He
We've seen it
has, he
we've seen it
has.
at Leicester
Yeah,
where he was phenomenal there. But yeah, we'll see with Chelsea. Chelsea, like I said, Chelsea are forever interchanging with players, the system, the yeah, the first 11. It's hard to keep up with us as even as a fan of Chelsea. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
let's talk about the owners, man. Internal battles, baby. What's going on, man? Talk to me, Eve, man. What's up?
And like I said, it's so hard to keep up with the drama of Chelsea Football Club at this moment in time. Um, Apparently, these guys don't talk, Todd Bowley and Egg Barley, which has come out
That's nuts.
now. which is news to us now. As I don't know how that has been kept under wraps for so long. And then now he doesn't want to be part of us, Todd Bowley. So we'll have to see in the future. I think a lot of fans are screaming out for Roman back, and wanting more information on the Roman situation also. So yeah, it's a crazy one. I don't know sort of the ins and outs. It's all hearsay with some of the news outlets that we're getting, but yeah, it's not fun to watch as a fan.
If Roman comes back, I mean, he wouldn't come back, obviously, because I don't think they'll let him come back. But if Roman was to come back, Chelsea are winning the league in 2 years, bro. Facts. Facts, bro. That guy spends money.
I
I
think
like owners that spend money, okay? And he
Yeah.
spends money. He don't play business, bro.
Yeah, it's a difficult one though, because he's obviously going to have to offload of all these players, and he
Yeah.
probably would get these guys gone.
100.
But
What?
yeah, we'll have to see what actually happens. I don't know whether, like you said, I don't reckon it will happen
Yeah,
anytime soon.
I don't think the British government would allow it, bro.
No.
I remember John Obi McCall told a story that when they saw the helicopter come in, they knew someone was either getting fired or in trouble. And he said that Roman's English wasn't the best, so he'd be shouting in Russian, and then the translator, instead of speaking it, he's shouting it back in English, but doing the same like hand gestures and everything, innit? And he would say stuff like, "What you think you're secure because you got a 3-4 year contract? I'll pay you out, bruv. It's nothing. You're gone." Like that type of that
Yeah.
mentality, bruv. That winning mentality. You get what I'm saying, fam? Like, no one. Shout out to Roman Abramovich, man, because he made the Premier League better, and a lot of people don't want
Yeah.
to admit that, but he really did. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
All right, cool. Let's talk about the opening game of Saturday. Southampton 0, Manchester United 3. De Ligt 35th minute, Rashford 41st minute, and then Garnacho extra time. Your thoughts on them? Southampton have lost their first 4 games. What's going on with them, do you think?
I think they're similar to Burnley last season, where they're sticking to their guns and wanting to play a certain type of football. But
Yeah.
I think it's difficult to do that in the Premier League. You've got to fight for points, and you've got to play whatever sort of way. So I think even them just being very defensive against Manchester United, I think the fans would have appreciated that a little bit more than getting pumped 3-0 at home. So yeah, I think United look decent. I wouldn't get too ahead of themselves. I don't think they were amazing, but yeah, they looked decent yesterday, and they got their goals for it. So Xerxes, a big shout out to Xerxes. He looked very good yesterday and linked up very nicely with a lot of the players.
Yeah. I want to talk about Marcus Rashford because obviously he was, not in the England squad again. He did the training videos midweek, and everyone was like, "Oh, last time he did this, he scored 20 goals in the league, or stuff like that." Yeah, and I like Rashford, innit? Like, and I think a lot of people like Rashford. And this is what people need to realize, Man United fans. If Rashford wasn't good, people wouldn't talk about him. Because Rashford is good, that's why we're talking about him. Because it's the same with, and I'm not putting them in the same category as Neymar, but I'm saying like when someone's good and they have natural ability and you can see it, you expect them to consistently do it year in, year out. It's not good doing it 2 seasons ago and referring to it every time. Oh, maybe he'll cook on that. No, we need to see it week in, week out. So my question to you is Rashford a baller, a really good footballer, or an average footballer, and he's hyped up because he plays for Man United?
I think he's a good baller. I think everyone can kind of agree with that, with what we've seen over the say five seasons. It's just now wanting to see that next level, and I don't think we've seen that yet. From that two seasons ago. So yeah, it's nice that he got on the score sheet, but I want to see that consistently at Man United, because if you're a Manchester United player, you have to be a consistent player.
Yeah. Caminaccio missed a penalty. He's got the profile of a striker. I think he'll do well in the Premier League. I'm not sure if he's a Premier League top tier striker, like bottom 10, I think. But I want to talk about their young winger that came on and he did really well. Dibbling, I want to say his name is the English winger for Southampton, and he's the one that won the penalty, and he had a good shot on target as well. I think it was his first start or first, but I'm not sure. But like he was really good. So that's someone I'm gonna keep an eye on the remainder of the season because I think that he's really gonna do well. Christian Eriksen started in the center of the park with Kobbie Mainoo, and Casemiro came on late on to give the pass towards the assist towards the goal. Um, do you think Ten Hag's gonna stay with the Eriksen Mainoo partnership, or do you reckon it's just to keep the heat off Casemiro for a bit and bring him back eventually? Because me personally, I've never been a fan of two defensive midfielders playing alongside one another. I know,
Yeah.
Kobbie Mainoo eventually will get to a guy who I think is going to be box to box and can score a goal because he's shown he can score. But as of right now, I just don't think that's in his bag. I still think he
Mm.
should still develop his game as a six and obviously have a ball passing midfielder alongside him in Eriksen. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree. But I think with Ugarte coming, I think they might be transitioning in Kobbie Mainoo being that box to box player. So
Okay.
um, yeah, we'll have to see. I think there's been a lot of talk about Casemiro in the last say 2 weeks with
Yeah.
obviously the Liverpool performance, but yeah, I think Casemiro is on his last legs now. I know people don't want to be admitting to that, but I think
Yeah.
he is. Yeah, I think Ugarte is a good signing. Having Eriksen around and having Casemiro as an experienced head will
As a veteran,
help
yeah.
Mainoo progress in his career. So yeah, having these sort of players around him is good. And we'll have to see with United. I think, like I said, that they need to not get ahead of themselves. It was 3-0 yesterday. Yes, it was a good performance against Southampton,
Yeah.
who are newly promoted. So they need to just relax a little bit and that's it. We'll see their performance next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah. All right, cool. Man City 2, Brentford 1. Brentford scored first minute of the game, which I said to you before is always dangerous because it's like you're
Yeah.
poking the bear. And then Haaland went on to score 2 goals. Haaland again, I mean, come on, man. Now the guy could have scored what, three hat tricks in a row is insane. Absolute goal machine. I don't know how many goals he's on already in the Premier League, but
It's
it's
not. It's 9 already.
what are we doing?
Yeah, it's
The guy,
9 already.
he could get 50.
Mm,
That's not that's I don't think that's insane for me to say he could get
no.
50 goals in the Premier League. Like and if he stays injury free as well, um, it's insane. You've got him in fantasy still, innit?
Yeah, he's still my captain every week.
I don't
Yeah,
have
have
him.
you got him in yet?
I can't afford him, man.
Oh no.
And you know what it is, yeah. Like I put Diaz and Salah both as my in my team, but obviously neither of them scored. But luckily for me, João Pedro didn't play, and I've got Callum Hudson-Odoi on the bench. Obviously, he scored bonus points as well. Bob's your uncle; he makes up for
Mm.
it. And I've also got Ollie Watkins. He's not leaving my team either. So yeah, I need to. Because for me to rearrange to get Haaland in the team, it's going to cost me points and things. So, and I'm the top of my table right now. So I don't know if I'd
Oh,
be able
okay,
to,
fair enough.
like, it's
Fair
techie,
enough.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, if I
I
drop down a
think
couple, then I maybe.
it's worth a gamble. I think pick a week where you think he may get a hat trick,
Yeah.
get that triple captain on him as well, and
Yeah,
then
Bob's your
just get
uncle. Yeah.
points that way.
Yeah. In terms of Brentford, obviously that's was it Wissa that went out injured?
Yeah, Wissa went in. Yeah, obviously he got the goal. But
Tough.
yeah, he's been amazing this at the
Yeah.
start of the season. He's
Yeah.
obviously filled into that Ivan Toney role. But yeah, it was unfortunate he picked up that injury.
Yeah, very tough. Fulham won, West Ham won. Emil Smith Rowe, he's been flying, man. The guy's been playing really good football for Fulham, kept the ball on, got the assist for Jimenez, and then Danny Ings, scored for West Ham as well. Thoughts on those two, and like, what do you think both will be? I remember someone was trying to like grill us in the comments saying, "Oh no, you lot are chatting rubbish. West Ham ain't gonna be top 10, they're gonna be bottom 10, whatever." And I've kind of been like not disappointed, but I'm just thinking like you lot have been lackluster. I had better expectations for West Ham. I don't know about you, but maybe he was right and we was just chatting. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, bro?
No, to be fair, I said that they'll not be as good as people expect them to be.
Yeah,
I think I said that. Obviously, I said all the signings that they've signed. It's they're big signings and they look good on paper,
Yeah.
but they've done this before. I said, yeah,
You,
they're right.
you did say that. You did say that.
They are a they are a top 10 team. I don't think you can not say that at this moment in time after the sort of seasons that they've had. I think the real change is the manager. I think David Moyes was a very comfortable manager there and got them playing a certain way. I know they didn't like that, but they got their cut from these
They
sort of
won.
performances. They won a
Yeah.
cup, so um, and now West Ham fans are realizing after say four or five games, and they're like, oh gosh,
Yeah.
we were okay under David Moyes. We were winning.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to see. I think West Ham on paper, like I said, have good players. But yeah, it's Premier League. You never know who you're going to play and turn up against on a given weekend. Fulham look good to me. I think they're a sort of it's hard
Dark
to say.
horse. Dark
They
horse,
may
isn't
be
it?
a top. Yeah, they may be a top 10 team as well. So yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm happy for Emil Smith Rowe.
Everyone doesn't have to play tick-a-tack of football. Everyone doesn't have to be playing out the back football. Sometimes just simplify it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I understand West Ham's gripe thinking, like the fans and you thinking, oh, we don't play attractive. Well, if you've got style of players that can play that football, by all means. But if you don't, work with what you work with, and we're gonna try and get 3 points. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. Yeah,
yeah,
man. I'm just not a fan of it. All right, cool. Let's talk about. I thought what the game of yesterday. Aston Villa 3, Everton 2. Everton, man, 2 weeks in a row they was up 2-0 and they lost the lead. Dwight McNeil scored 16th minute. Calvert-Lewin scored 27th minute, and he had a chance to make it a 2 goals for him, hit the crossbar, and he had another opportunity as well. And then Ollie Watkins, my main man, scored 2 goals. And then John Duran, who scored a contender of the season and even contender for Puktas goal. Is he actually a left footer?
yeah. He's a
Is
left
he a left
footer.
foot? I didn't even know he's a
Yeah.
lefty, but yeah, like wow, that was Cristiano Ronaldo-esque in terms of that goal. And Aston Villa, this is what I'm talking about. They've spent a lot of money the last couple of seasons, um, added to their players, haven't really done mad overhaul, but like added quality to the players. Obviously, they got Ian Matson from Eula, Onana, John Duran, they got him a couple of seasons ago, and a few other players here and there. But a lot of people were saying like, "Oh, Ollie Watkins, he ain't gonna do it this season." Just give the guy time. He was injured. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't get selected for England because he was injured. You know what I'm saying? He let his feet get underneath him and stuff. 2 nice goals. But the main man I want to talk about is John Duran, because there was a lot of hype about him last year. Me personally, I couldn't see it in it. Like I'd just be so raw. I put my hands up. I don't mind being wrong. Honestly, I couldn't see it. And then you was getting linked with everyone in the summer. West Ham. He did the irons emoji on Instagram or
Mm.
whatever. Like you lots wanted him. Like they said that 20 to 40 teams like inquired about him, and I was just like, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. But I'm forgetting he's mad young. He's not even 21 yet. You know what I mean?
No.
And he's got the great physical stature. He's got all the attributes. Your thoughts on him and the game in general?
Yeah, he's really turning into a player. The fact that they can kind of pluck him off the bench and
Yeah, it's
him get
nuts.
and have that sort of instant impact is crazy. He's already done it against West Ham
Yeah,
this season, and then to do it again yesterday against Everton was unbelievable. Like you said, I think his physical attributes are something that just plays so well in the
yeah.
Premier League. I think yeah, just I don't know whether him and Watkins work together, both at the
I
same
think
time
they
on the
bought
pitch.
him as a potential replacement for when Watkins
Yeah,
goes, because I think
yeah,
Watkins he may go again. I think so.
yeah, yeah. He could go again, but yeah, I don't know whether they work that well together. But yeah, it's nice to see sort of a traditional striker come on and have that sort of impact. So yeah, no, we'll see whether even Duran stays at
Yeah,
Aston Villa. You've seen it. You've seen
he could go
him
again.
do
Yeah,
all
he's
the.
definitely going again.
Yeah, exactly. It's football at the end of the day. It's business. So
Yeah.
we'll see what they do. But Villa is a nice sort of starting ground for him, and I think he can push on and do something well this season with them.
Everton, what about them? It's so
Yeah,
big,
it's
bro.
it's it's so disappointing to watch Everton at times. They show some sort of promise,
Oh,
like you said, that the 2-0 2-0 the last game as well, where they were against Bournemouth. And they were playing at home that game, so they had
Yep.
no excuses.
Yep.
But this game also, they held out for so long. Um, and yeah, just the missed opportunities. Calvert-Lewin's missed opportunities were really the tough ones to watch, like the crossbar one, and also when he's one-on-one again, he doesn't know what to do. He's dilly-dallying on the ball. Um, yeah, I don't know what to expect from them this season. I feel like this potentially um, could be a relegation battle again.
Yeah, I want to talk about Morgan Rodgers because people were crying when we said he'll go for like 80 million. Like, oh my gosh, bro, like relax, bro. It's not your money. Relax. Okay, number one.
Yeah,
Number two, just because a player will get sold for 80 million doesn't mean he's worth 80 million. Jack Grealish went to Man City for 100 million. He was not worth 100 million. It's the same club. And if that same club is saying, no, we have a number and this is the number. And why I said that, and I think why you agreed is take into facts is number one, he's English. Yeah. Number two, he's what, 22, maybe 23, whatever, however old he is. Yeah. He's gonna get a call up some point in the season if he continues this form. That's it. He's got a continuous form. He's playing for a top 4 team and he's playing Champions League football. If I take all those things into consideration, on top of the fact he's English, so he's a homegrown player, which adds to the homegrown quota, he's going for no less than 80 million, bro. Maybe 70. Maybe 70,
yeah.
but I think in that ballpark, was we mad to say that number or not? I don't think we were, bro.
No, I don't think we were wrong. I think the fact that yeah, the sort of form that he's brought into this season, he's gone to under 21 football and scored what three goals or 2 goals in that international break. So yeah, no, he's showing the combination play also with
Yeah,
Watkins. There's enough to go off of our sort of statement, and you can see he's going in that right direction to be a 80 or 75 to 80 million pound player. So yeah, I think people get too too emotional about these things sometimes. But yeah, I think it's a statement or opinion that we have, and this is it. Football's an opinion game.
yeah,
As
and
simple as
yeah,
that.
yeah. Everyone, and the thing with sports is everyone thinks they're right and everyone thinks everyone else is stupid. That's what I've clocked about sports as well.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
all right, cool. Crystal Palace 2, Leicester 2. Mateta again continuing on his hot form from when the new manager joined. And it's so nuts because like when he first like went there, and I thought Edouard was gonna be the better one, but then
Yeah, same.
if a flick of the switch and he's just started scoring goals, scoring goals, scoring goals. I don't know if it's a case of the manager looking at his attributes and saying, okay, when he gets the ball in these positions, he's better, and so forth and so forth. And then, yeah, I just don't know, man. What's your thoughts on Palace? And I think they're going to have a good season. Me,
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one with Palace. They're just so unpredictable. Yeah, it's nice to have a goal scorer in Mateta. Um, but I feel like they're still sort of missing something. I don't know what that is, but they are just missing something. Whether
mm,
it's that electric pace on the wing, whether it's just like yeah, Elise type player.
mm,
I think they're missing that again this season. So um, yeah, we'll see with Palace. We'll see how they get on. But yeah, Leicester impressed me yesterday. I was
yeah,
impressed with Leicester and how they got a draw at Palace. Vardy's still rolling back the
yeah,
years.
yeah,
Still got
yeah,
that pace. And yeah, Leicester could be all right this season.
100%. All right, cool. I want to talk about quickly Paris Saint-Germain, PSG. Started off the season electric. Obviously lost the main man Mbappe, but man like Bacola is like, no worries, I'll take that position, mate. On the left, scoring goals for fun. Usman Dembele balling out as well. But the new signing, João Neves, he's been playing phenomenal football. I think he's already got like 3 or 4 assists already. Came in for like a significant fee. Him as well as Warren so Emery. Um, I kind of like this new approach they're doing, and I feel like a lot of teams are doing it now in terms of like we're just trying to get. We don't really want like the established superstars. We just want to get the young stars and turn them into superstars, and they've kind of done that low key with their team. Obviously Dembele is low key established star, but someone like Bacola like obviously at Leon he was doing his thing, but now he's putting his name as like, you know, a guy. Obviously, Jao Neves, Nuno Mendes, you know, Zaire Emery, academy player as well. Yeah, your thoughts on them? I'm not sure if you've been following them too much, but do you think this could be, because a lot of people are saying this team is a better team than they've had before all round, and that they can actually compete for a Champions League? I'm not sure about that, but I think they can be competitive though.
Yeah, they've got an all-rounded team now. It's not solely focused on one player, like such as Mbappe or
Yeah,
Neymar or Messi. So, yeah, I haven't sort of kept up. I've seen the certain stats of Jao Neves, and I
yeah,
liked him before at Benfica.
yeah,
I've seen a few clips before he went to PSG. So, yeah, no, he's got a good future on him. But yeah, I don't know whether they'll be fighting for the Champions League this season. I think they may be a few years short of that, but we'll see. They'll probably win. They'll probably Liga again.
yeah.
But yeah, that's a given. I think with PSG.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's talk about some NFL. Tua Tagovailoa, another concussion. It's peak, man. Um, a lot of people are saying that like it's time. I don't know if people are just saying it because everyone else is saying it, or they genuinely mean it. Like he should look into retire. What's your opinion on it? Like, is it to a point where now like, you know, it is early on in the season, or should he like actually take a step back and really think to himself, do I want to continue doing this, or like my health or whatever?
Yeah, he's got to evaluate everything. He's got to assess the sort of situation that is at hand. I think. How many concussions is it now? 6 in his overall
I'm not
career.
too
I
I'm not
think he
too
had
sure.
five in 20. Yeah, he had 5 in 2022. He's obviously had other injuries
Yeah,
after that. He just seems very injury prone, and I think he has to
he
assess
had
it
the
to
hip
himself.
injury coming into the league.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So he's got to assess the situation now. I think he's made quite a bit of money. He's also a very family man anyway. So I think when you look at it in that sense, I think his wife's got to have a word with him and chat to him because
Yeah,
yeah, football's a short career, and especially with the sort of injuries he's had, a concussion isn't a joke, man.
not
It's
a
no
joke,
joke.
man.
So yeah, he's really got to assess the situation. But I could see him potentially retiring this season.
Anything else, Eve? I think we've covered everything, broski.
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, cool. That was episode 75 hourly podcast. I'm on off for the duo Eds, my co-host, my brother, my brethren, Ethan. Shout out to everyone that's been following us. Keep on commenting, good, bad, or ugly. Shout out to everyone on the Instagram follows, YouTube. You can find us, Our League Podcast, everywhere, all the streaming platforms, and that's it. We're out. Peace, people.